The rain pounded against the windows of the small cabin, the sound drowning out the moans of the undead outside. I sat huddled in a corner with the rest of my group, watching as the storm raged on. We were all survivors, brought together by necessity in this new world overrun by zombies. There was Joe, the leader of our group. He was a former police officer, tough and no-nonsense. Next to him was Maria, a nurse who had lost her family to the outbreak. She was the one who patched us up when we got injured, and kept us all sane with her no-nonsense attitude. On the other side of me sat Max, a computer tech who could hack into any system, and had become our go-to for finding information and supplies. And then there was Beth, a high school student who had managed to survive on her own before joining our group. She may have been young, but she was tough and resourceful. We were a ragtag group, but we had each other's backs, and that was all that mattered in this new world. As the storm raged on, we talked about our plans for the future. We had been holed up in this cabin for a few weeks now, but our supplies were running low, and we knew we needed to make a move soon. "We have to find a new place to settle," Joe said, his voice serious. "This cabin won't last forever." Max nodded in agreement. "We need to find a place with more resources. And maybe even some other survivors." Beth chimed in, "But we have to be careful. We don't know who or what is out there." Maria spoke up, "We'll have to scout the area first. Make sure it's safe." We all agreed to start planning our next move, but our conversation was cut short by a loud crash outside. We all froze, listening for any signs of danger. Then we heard the unmistakable sound of a zombie breaking through the barricades we had set up. "We have to move," Joe said, jumping to his feet. "Now." We all scrambled to grab our weapons and supplies, preparing to make a run for it. But just as we were about to leave, the door burst open, and a swarm of zombies poured in. We fought our way through, using whatever we could find as weapons. Joe's police training came in handy as he took out a few zombies with his trusty baton. Maria used her medical scissors to stab them in the head, while Max and Beth used whatever blunt objects they could find. But there were just too many of them. We were getting overwhelmed, and I could feel my heart racing with fear. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, a loud gunshot rang out and the zombies started dropping to the ground. I turned to see a group of survivors, led by a man named Rick, coming to our rescue. "Come on, we have to get out of here," Rick yelled, motioning for us to follow him. We didn't waste any time, grabbing what supplies we could and running out of the cabin with the other survivors. We quickly made our way to a nearby abandoned mall, where Rick's group had set up a safe zone. As we caught our breath and took in our new surroundings, Rick introduced us to the rest of his group. There was Daryl, a hunter with a crossbow, Carol, a former stay-at-home mom who had become a fierce fighter, and Glenn, a pizza delivery guy who had somehow survived the initial outbreak. We were relieved to have found a new group to join forces with. Together, we were stronger and had a better chance of surviving in this dangerous world. As we settled into our new home, I couldn't help but think about how lucky we were to have found each other. In this new world, It was all about survival, and having a strong group was the key to staying alive. And as we sat around a fire that night, sharing stories and laughing, I knew that no matter what challenges we faced in the future, we would face them together, as a family. Yay, the end. Oh right, yeah, I have to do this stuff now. Like, comment and subscribe. And please watch my other videos and comment ideas on stories.